Running in progress. Okay, come here. Let me make sure I have my notes because there's some fun stuff that we'll be doing today. And it's still winter. We're not in spring yet. We have a we have a little ways to go. So let's start with some fanning the fire, which is a type of breath work that is a little more active. So it's a little more yang, and it helps to generate internal heat, which we can then use almost like steam cleaning, kind of generate heat, and that kind of helps to burn away sort of impurities or burn away sort of whatever energy that you feel you need to or like to kind of release, generating that heat. Just like washing the dishes, it's a lot easier to get the dirt off if the water's warm than if it's cold. So let's start with our hands on the lower abdomen. So with fanning the fire, the emphasis is on the exhalation. So it's a quick, sharp exhalation, almost like you're blowing out candles, and that is through the mouth. So it's more of a purging type of breath work rather than when we're sort of holding and nourishing and bringing in, where we're in and out through the nose. So you take a gentle inhale, and then it's a sharp exhale. And when we do, like you're blowing out candles, you'll feel that the belly pulls back in back towards the spine pretty quickly. So if you want to watch me, if you already know how to do this, you can continue at your own pace. You can go a little more quickly or slowly, depending on how you feel. But this is what it looks like. So nice slow inhale, and then now turn sideways. You might be able to see the belly pull in. And now we go into a more gentle, relaxed breathing pattern in through the nose and out through the nose. So fitting the fire is very activating. It brings a lot of oxygen up to the head. So you might feel just a little almost like um, ungrounded for a moment. So then we use a slow breath in and out through the nose as a way to sort of bring energy back in. So it's a good contouring breath. Just nice and slow and easeful. And then we'll do fanning the fire one more time. Again, you can go, if you want to go a little more quickly, which I'll show you. And then if that feels good, you continue at a faster pace or just go as slowly as you feel is necessary. Or if this does not feel good for you today, then just do some lower abdominal breathing. So again, nice slow inhale or relaxed inhale through the nose. And then and then excuse me, I always get a little frog in the throat when I do that. And now just a nice, easeful, relaxed breath. So fanning the fire in other forms of movement, it might be called bellows breathing. It's almost like you're taking that oxygen generating apparatus, the bellows, and you're kind of stoking that fire, right? We're bringing a lot of quick um, bouts of oxygen in that helps to kind of generate and build that internal fire. And then slow, deep breath. And then let the arms drop down and let's start to open up the spine and knock across those lower back acupuncture or acupressure points. And then also we're knocking across some of the internal organs down here. And then see if you can, even if you're not turning your head, just allow relaxation throughout the shoulders and the neck. If you want to turn slightly, then you get a little bit more of a stretch all the way to the base of the skull. And then come up just below the collarbone. And then all the way to the top of the shoulders. And just throughout the practice, reminding ourselves to breathe. Right, this is the practice also of moving, linking and moving on the breath. And then let's come back down to the waist. And then relax. And I thought we'd do some spinal cord breathing with sounds. Again, sounds are frequencies. So the premise of this is that with sounds, we can create an internal vibration that has an affinity to these different organ systems. And when we breathe out with that sound, it's a way of sort of taking that internal heat and then clearing out any of the stuff that we're ready to sort of let go of. So let's just start with regular spinal cord breathing first, just getting our spines moving. Inhaling as we look up, exhaling as we curl forward. Starting to bring the awareness, right, to the sensations of our bodies as we not only are moving, so this internal sensation and attention, but also how we're moving through the space around us. Now, on the next inhale, let's turn and rotate over to the left. And now, as we come back to the center, we're going to exhale with a lung sound. All the way out. And then inhale, rotate over to the right. And then again, as we come to the center, open the hands. I meant to tell you that. Same thing, the lung sounds. And now inhale, rotate over to the left again. Let's repeat that same sound. All the way to the bottom of the exhale. Really allow a little squeeze at the end before we go into the inhale as we turn to the right. And again, that same lung sound. And now inhale to the left. Now we go into the sound of the water element, which is ch, CHWOOO. Inhale to the right. Back to the center and ch. And again, inhale to the left. And exhale. Ch. Inhale to the right. and we'll do each side twice for each element. So now let's inhale to the left. This is the liver sound, that sh. Exhale. And then inhale to the right. And exhale. Sh. And then again, let's repeat that same sound. Inhale. Inhale to the right. And exhale. Sh. And now the heart sound is H-A-A-A. So inhale, come to the center, and then inhale to the right. And then inhale to the left. Let's repeat that same sound. And again to the right. Now the earth element is that H-O-O-O, like you're fogging up a window. A little more to the back of the throat. And then inhale. And exhale. And again, let's inhale. Finally, the triple burner. So let's inhale, and that's the H-E-E-E. Open the hands. Open to the right. And allow that healing sound to flow through all the way to the bottom of the exhale. And then inhale to the left. And then to the right. Inhale. Last one. Let the arms drop down for a moment. And let's just pause. Let that all sink in. The steam cleaner, right? We generate heat and we steam clean through all of these energetic pathways and organ systems. So now that we are sufficiently sound cleared, let's do a little bit of physical clearing through the head, neck, and shoulders. So let's inhale the arms out to the sides, take a nice inhale, and just let everything go. Maybe even have a nice, like, audible sound as you sigh. Inhale. And then, and now we'll incorporate a twist. So we inhale to the center, turn and twist to the left, right, and then inhale and turn and twist to the left. So on your own, at your own pace, we're just inhaling to the center and exhaling as we turn and twist to the sides, allowing the arms to be nice and relaxed. So we have a little swinging action of the arms and a pumping action of the legs to help circulate energy as we allow any tension to melt down the shoulders, down the upper back. Imagine any tension is flowing down the arms and then out the palms. So we're just kind of tossing it aside. right? Let's just toss that away. And let's start to unwind. All right. So since we're on the theme of generating some internal fire, let's go into a wider stance. So this next, it's actually a heat building and strengthening exercise called igniting the inner fire. So same, we're on brand right now. We're on topic, but we start with the palms touching one another. So igniting the inner fire, the fire element in Chinese medicine has to do with the heart, the pericardium channels, which both run through the palms of our hands. So we start with the hands together, and then let's just start generating some heat by rubbing the hands back and forth. And as you see what's happening as I do that, one elbow comes up and then the other one comes up. So we're generating heat, right, by twisting and making some friction between the palms. And then we're going to add in a weight shift. So as whatever elbow is coming up, you're going to be shifting the weight over to that side. So right now this is your right, right? You're shifting over to the right foot. And then as we come to the center, the palms come together so fingers are pointing up. And as we now transition over to the left side, the left elbow comes up and then back to the center. So we're just going to start turning. Actually, we're not turning yet. We're just transitioning from the right to the left as we create some. So the palms should be relatively tight together, right? You start feeling a little bit of that heat. And then we're just swinging from one side to the next. And now we'll include the head. So as we come over to the right elbow, right side, I'm going to turn and look left. So the head just turns in the opposite direction. And then we come back to the center and then over to the left, you turn and look right. And then we'll start generating a little bit of momentum here. You can go as slow as you like, or as you want to pick up the pace, right? This is a pretty significant heat builder because we're using the big muscles of the legs. We're generating heat through the palms. And now come to the center. And then we'll counter that, really activating movement with heart to the sky. So inhale and look up. And then exhale, slowly sink the chest in. And then again, inhale and exhale. I get out of breath doing this pretty easily. Inhale. But it's good, right? A little bit of that cardio activity is really good. It's good for our heart, strengthens the heart muscle, and that fire energy is activated, especially in the winter when things are really cold. We have to work a little harder, right, to generate that internal heat. Let's do that again. So come into bent knees, and let's start first coming over to the left. So the left elbow comes up, you turn and look right. And then to the center, you can dip down a little bit. And now over to the right, and you turn the head and look left. Right. So there's a little bit of that right left brain work that we get to exercise here. And we're generating a lot of energy through the pericardium and the heart channel. And as you see, we'll go into some flows later that have to do with the more subtle energy that we can tap into through our hands and our engagement with the world around us. And then come to the center and let's slow that breath down. Inhale, look up. And exhale, sink the chest down. Inhale. And exhale. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale. And one more. Inhale and exhale. Okay, let's bring the feet to a narrow stance again. And let's just open up really gently, letting the breath to come back down. So let's just do some stretching of the neck and the shoulders. So let's bring the hands to the lower back, the palms together and the fingers facing down. And then just let your head gently fall over to the left. And then we'll start making real gentle circles. On the exhale, the head comes forward. So the chin tucks in towards the chest. And then rolling over to the right shoulder. And then pick it up and let it fall back over to the left. All right, and maybe use that awareness in discerning where there might be some extra levels of tension. And imagine with your breath that you are melting those areas of tension away. And as they melt, just think of ice, right? When ice or a river turns to ice, right? When it starts to melt, it becomes more liquid and then things flow. So just think of the energy that's behind keeping those muscles contracted as this potential of a river to flow as we allow things to melt, that changes and transforms into this beautiful liquid energy that is now able to flow through the body. And then let's pause and flow in the opposite direction. And then let's come upright, let the arms drop down. And then let's just shake everything out. So start by pumping the knees, getting some pumping action through the legs and allowing the arms to be nice and relaxed. Maybe use this time also to exhale out the mouth. And let's slow down. So we have a couple of a new flow that we haven't done before that I've never taught before. So we'll see how that goes. But pulling the gossamer thread we have done before, since we've done a lot of work opening up the palms and the hands. I love this flow as a way of reminding ourselves that, there's this field around us that we can sort of tap into. It's a lot more subtle than the objects around us. There's a lot more space actually. So we're tapping into that. Let's start with the arms down. And the gossamer thread is when we touch the thumb to each individual finger as we go through the flow. So we start with the index, touching the thumb to the index finger, the middle, the ring, the pinky, then they're all together. You'll see what I'm talking about. I'm just giving you a little bit of cues so that you have some pre-information. So we start by inhaling and floating the arms up as we touch the thumb and the index finger together, and then draw those hands in towards you. Now we exhale and push forward, touching the thumb and the index finger. Excuse me, the thumb and the middle finger forward. Now thumb and the ring finger as we draw in. And now the thumb and the pinky finger as we extend out to the sides. And then all the fingers together towards the thumb, draw in to the center, open the hands, and then let them float back down on the exhale. So it's sort of like opening the flow to the 6 directions, but we're using very specific finger movements. So again, we float the arms up, the thumb and the index finger together as we draw in. Exhale, push forward with the middle finger. Inhale, slowly draw in with the ring finger. And then slowly extend to the sides with the pinky. Draw all the fingers together like a little beak as we inhale back to the center. And then exhale. So each of these fingers, right, they're the channels, I should say, of the upper body, right? There's a channel with each finger. So we're tapping into all of that. So inhale, the thumb and the index finger up and in. Exhale, slowly push forward with the middle finger. Slowly draw in the thumb and the ring finger. And then exhale slowly to the sides with the pinky. Fingers together, slowly draw in. And then exhale. So this gossamer thread, right? Imagine just we're using our fingers, we're drawing almost like a spider web, right? This silk, energetic field we're moving through, and we're just pulling in, right? Extending out. So we're intertwining ourselves with this web around us, and we're drawing in, right? This more subtle energy as a way of amplifying our own energetic reserves, increasing our sense of interconnectedness. I like imagining a sort of golden quality, but you can imagine whatever this is for you. The intention is that we're communicating with the world, often with our whole bodies, but the channels in Chinese medicine, there's a lot that's happening at the fingertips. Push forward with the middle. Inhale with the ring finger. Exhale. I also love the analogy of the mycelia, right? That the network that happens underneath the surface of the earth, right? This network. Trees communicate with each other. We know a lot happens with mushrooms and fungus, right? This sort of web that things are connected to one another. I love that imagery for the gossamer thread. Right? We communicate verbally, we can communicate visually. There's different ways that we can communicate. This is the more subtle. It's paying attention to the more subtle ways that we are constantly in communication and can have, a pretty powerful influence over. And let's see if we can go maybe even a little slower. Exhale as we push forward. Inhale as we draw in. Exhale as we push to the sides. And then inhale back to the center. And then exhale down. We'll do this one more time. Inhale. And then exhale. And inhale. And then pulling in. And then let the arms just descend. Let's just stay here for a moment and hold our chi ball. Okay, so this next flow is part of Blue Dragon. So there's a few steps here. So I'm going to go slow. We'll do this many times, and we'll probably do it next week because I love it very much. I'm going to start with the arms down by your sides. We're going to inhale, bring the palms together above the head. Okay, and then inhale the palms to about chest center. Now we're going to point the fingers forward as we press the hands forward. Now separate your palms, keeping the fingertips pointing towards one another, like you're looking at your palms. Okay. And then from here, just let's pause here. So the hands here represent sort of a mirror. Okay, so we're looking at our mirror. And then we're going to just cross the hands over one another, like we're washing the surface of the water. Bringing the thumbs and the fingers together into little fists, draw them in towards you. We'll go over this many times. Now take your index finger and your thumbs, so they're extended, and then push forward. Like you're making taking a picture. Now let the arms come down and then you scoop up. We've done something sort of like this before. We had to scoop up and then we're looking at the palms again. Okay, and then we cross the arms and then pull them apart. Make that same L shape with the thumb and the index finger to the sides. And that's it. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to go through it once a little more quickly, and then we're going to go do it really slowly again. So we start, inhale, palms touch. The inhale comes all the way down to the center. And then we exhale, pushing forward, separate the hands, do a little bit of washing, and then we pull in. We take in our energy that we need in order to get rid of what we want to get rid of. And then we're scooping up and nourishing ourselves, looking at our heart center. And then crisscrossing and then opening our heart center is clear. allowing just that last bit of stuff that we want to get rid of to the sides. So that's the flow. So again, we'll go slowly. Start, inhale, palms together. Keep inhaling as we draw that into our center. Exhale, like a little arrow outward, separating the hands. We're looking at our palms, and then we just wash. And then make fists, and we draw in. We want to get rid of what we want to get rid of. We exhale forward with the thumb and the index finger. And now we're able to take in, right, all of this beautiful golden energy as a reflection of the heart. And then we crisscross. And the last bit, we're opening the heart as we extend the thumb and index fingers out to the sides. So we have about 5 minutes. We're just going to do this entire sequence many times, nice and slow. Inhale all the way into the center. Exhale, extend forward, and then separate the palms. Wash. And then bring the fists into the body. This represents the work that we need to do. And then we have the clarity of what we want to get rid of so that we're able to scoop, bring in, nourish that heart center. And when that heart center is nourished, we can crisscross, open up, and then just get rid of that last little bit. Inhale. Exhale, extend forward, separating the hands, wash, and then draw in with the fists, and then extend the thumb and index finger, exhaling forward. Let's scoop, bringing up into the heart center. And then we can cross. This is the protection of the heart. But once we feel protected, we can shine that light forward and just allow whatever else needs to fall to the earth and be composted so that we're able then to draw in and create whatever internal environment you want to create. Separate, wash. Fists together as we inhale in. Index finger and thumb extend as we exhale forward. And then we scoop up to the heart center. And then now we're able to crisscross the hands, moving them apart, thumb and index fingers out to the sides. And again, inhale. Exhale forward. Separate. Inhale. Wash on the exhale. And then inhale, draw in those fists, the work we have to do. Getting rid of what we need to get rid of. Having that cup that's getting less and less so we can bring in what we want to bring in. And then uncovering and unshielding the part of us that we want to let shine, getting rid of the other stuff that we don't want. Inhale. Exhale forward. Separate the hands. Wash. Washing. And then we pull in the work we have to do, getting rid of what we now have no use for, right? And we're like, okay, we're scooping up this beautiful, nourishing energy into our heart center. We feel strong. We can shine forward and exhale. The lung and large intestine channels are the thumb and index finger. That has a lot to do with the metal element, which is about letting go, right? It's the exhale. It's the literally letting go of the food, the rest of the food that we don't need, we get rid of. So let's do that again. Inhale into the center. Exhale forward. Separate the hands and then we wash. Right? Clarify. We do the work, pulling in. exhale, push forward, letting go. And then we have this beautiful space to draw in from the well around us. Feel strong and then vibrant, connected, and then letting go. So this constant reminder of the interchangeability of life. Things are constantly changing and there's an ebb and flow, right? We wash, we pull in, we do what we need to do, we nourish ourselves, we get rid of what is no longer helping, right? And then that allows more space to draw in the energy that we want so that we feel strong and are able to really do even more work of excavation and letting go. Let's do that one more time. Inhale and exhale forward, separating, wash. Fists come in on the inhale, slowly exhale, and then we scoop, scoop. A reflection of the heart being nourished. And then we feel strong. And last one, exhale, and then let the arms just float back down to our chi ball for a moment. It's a really powerful flow. I know there's a lot of different pieces here, but this is why we call it QiGong. It's a constant work and evolution and coming back to things with the mind of a child. There is no place to get to. We're just constantly on these journeys of finding out who we are. And as we go through life, how we change and the world changes, and how we align ourselves with the environment around us so that we're able to feel vibrant and grounded and connected within in the context of all of this change. Let the arms drop down. Let's inhale the arms all the way up and then just let the hands float back down. And then inhale. Let everything just settle down. Let that sense of calmness just wash over you from your head down your torso, down through your legs, through the floor and the earth. And again. And then one last time, let's bring the feet together. And allowing that space to come back to the center and feeling that sense of relaxation and the shifting of the body back and forth, right and left. Right? We need flexibility in order to be resilient. So as a reminder of your resilience, your flexibility, and your power. And when you're ready, you can crack your eyes open. Thank you so much, everyone. Couple of things. One is, so if you're in my neck of the woods down in Jersey, I am going to be doing an in-person intro to Qigong class at, I believe the address is 499 Palisade Avenue. It's at the 22 school. if you don't know about the Tutu School, it's a little kids dance class studio.
It's a
But the
former
owner,
laundromat, right?
it's yes, the former laundromat. They've like
At,
repurposed it, and apparently
at
it's really
Bowers and
adorable.
Palisade. Yeah.
Bowers and thank you, Cynthia. Yeah. So Purdy is Purdie. She's hilarious. She was an ex-Rockette. She's like this amazing, like, 10-foot tall, wonderful person. And she actually invited me. She said, "Do you want to do a Qigong class in person? It'd be kind of fun to do this." So it's not going to be for children. Not that Qigong is not for kids, but this is an adult class. We're just having it there. And I invite everyone. You do not have to be new to Qigong. We'll keep it probably on the simpler side so that people who are very new are not intimidated. But it's a chance for those of us that have not had the opportunity to go to an in-person class. If you want to come, I invite you. Please let the people that you know in the community. It's free. It's just something that I want to offer. People have been asking me more and more about Qigong. It's gaining some traction, and I thought it would be a really great way. It's Monday, February 10th from 8 to 9 a.m. And
Thank you.
I think that was the only thing I needed to tell you.
Mm.
You can sign up. Oh, if you go to my website where you normally sign up for class. I mean, most of us don't sign up because you've been with me for 5 years. I just automatically send you the link. But if you want to go onto my website, ekahlife.com, ekahlife.com, there's a link that has that particular event, and you can sign up for it directly. So I mean, you all have been with me so long. You don't necessarily, you just come, that's fine. But for people that haven't, they don't know how to contact me. That's how they sign up for it. So if you have any questions in the meantime, please reach out to me. Otherwise, I hope you have a great week, great weekend. There's a lot of chaos going on right now. So this is a practice that can help keep us really centered and grounded and connected to one another, which I think is super important when things are seemingly disintegrating around us. But we're kind of staying there. We are, and then we have more agency to be able to do what we need to do and feel resilience and whatever it is that, however we want to each individually show up, we might have more reserves in order to do that. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, Erin.
Take care.